Hello, hello. Let's let YouTube sign on here. TikTok, you need to jump over to YouTube if you want to watch how the 50-year mortgage is going to work. Are we even talking about 50-year mortgages? I've had so many people writing me saying, what does that 50-year mortgage amortization schedule look like? Well, guess what? If you're on YouTube tonight, you are going to get to see one. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what, it is going to blow your mind what that 50-year mortgage actually looks like. What is it actually doing? And I came on tonight just to run a schedule for you. I'm going to show it on my screen. And I hope you all get as excited as I do about this and how wonderful it is that they have brought us the 50-year mortgage. Thank you. Thank you. What? What? Come on. Come on. Mortgages gone bad? Wait, it's like they weren't robbing us already? Uh, right? So let's just see what that's going to look like here in a minute. So hello to everyone. I am super excited to be with you tonight. I wanted to jump back on here because, like I said, I've been getting a lot of people that's like, what does that 50-year amortization schedule look like? And I kind of want to look at that myself because I haven't taken the time to see just what they're doing to us. And you know, a lot of you guys out there are thinking, oh boy, 50-year mortgage. That means that it's going to cut our payments. Thank you. What? Oh my goodness. Come on. Come on, public. Do you think that they're doing anything that's going to help you financially? If you're waiting for the government to save you, then please. Oh my gosh. I just want to, throw you a life jacket or something, and that being in education, so that you can get educated about what these things mean to you and how absolutely detrimental it could be to your finances. Now, I just worked with a person that they have no choices when it comes to getting out of their high interest rate on their mortgage. Sometimes when you're in that situation, it only takes a money max to be able to throw you that life jacket, help you breathe, help you see a positive financial future. But it's going to take something like the money max to get you there. If you're just working with that loan and you think that making your monthly payments every month is, giving you kudo points with whoever, then please realize it. We are in this on our own and we've got to figure it out. So if you sit there making monthly payments and you're in la la land and you're like, oh, they're going to help me as soon as I make 10 more payments on time, my credit score is going to boost and I'm going to heaven. Please think about what you're doing. Please get educated. When we haven't learned how to handle our finances properly, then we're literally going through this life with blinders on, and you are going to end up losing wealth. You're going to. What is wealth? When I say losing wealth, what do I mean? Well, for me as a single mom, at one time having nothing to build on, right? Just what my weekly check was bringing me, and God forbid a child be sick and I'm not be able to go to work. I couldn't do that. And I didn't have babysitters. So if they didn't go to school because they were sick, or maybe it snowed and they canceled school, guess who was trying to figure out how I was still going to make it to work? Now, thankfully, I was blessed at one time with having an office that I could take my kids to. Not much, because no office wants a bunch of kids running around in it, right? I don't even. But what do you do to avoid missing that paycheck? Some of you guys have daycare expenses that's as much as a mortgage payment, maybe more. How are you making it? How are you making it? Oh my goodness. Listen, I am just excited to tell you all that you are going to make it. You're going to make it. You have lots and lots of videos on the YouTube channel to watch. They're free. So if you're sitting over there thinking, oh, this is a scam, this is a scam. Well, okay. I'll take it. Whatever. The point is to get you educated. If I can get you educated, you don't need to pay any gurus for anything, right? Because you're going to figure it out on your own because you're going to be diligent and you're going to dig into those videos and you're going to find the one that fits your situation and you are going to get free. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Okay, so I am going to share my screen for you guys on YouTube. Like I said, we're about to find out what this 50-year mortgage really looks like because I want to know, don't you? Let's go find out. Okay. Make sure I'm in the right area here before I share this here screen. Okay. I'm using Brett Whistler. And I'm not a pro, but guess what? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What's happening? I'm sharing. Okay. All right. So let's pull up the schedule. And let's see what we're going to start with a $350,000 mortgage. Okay. I'm going to start there because that's kind of the average. Really, the people that I work with, it seems like they've got a lot of $500,000 and $600,000 mortgages. But let's just start with 350 to kind of hit the lows and the highs. We'll average it out here. We're going to start at a 5% interest rate. Now, if you have a mortgage that you have gotten in the last year, you're probably paying more like 6 or 7, and I have seen 8 and 9% mortgage rates. That makes my stomach hurt to say that out loud, but people have them. People are struggling out there. You may be one of them. And the channel is to get you educated, to get free. Okay, so we're going to start with a $350,000 principal amount, 5% interest rate. 30 years, of course, because we're going to start at 30. We're going to make a comparison. What's the difference between that 30-year mortgage and a 50-year mortgage? And how much is it actually going to save you on your monthly payment? So let's just talk about this here for a second. Now, sharing screen now. I know I've been threatening it, and now I'm really going to do it. Okay. If you're on YouTube, you should see my screen popping up, okay? You can go do this yourself. This is not some trick I'm doing. I'm just pulling up an amortization schedule on the internet, and here we are. So if you see, we've got the $350,000 principal put in over here at a 5% interest rate. 30 years, so that's 360 months of payments. Wow, that hurts, right? So if you're 25 and you get a mortgage, that means that you're going to be paying on the mortgage for until you're 55, right? Well, hopefully you don't refinance like 90% of Americans do in their 4th or 5th year, or sell that home within 4 or 5 years, turn around and get into another mortgage. But let's just say that you're Miss Goody Two Shoes and you're like, okay, I'm 25, I'm buying this home and I'm going to keep it for 30 years and I'm going to make every single payment. Well, let's see what that looks like. It looks like your monthly payment is going to be $1,878.88, right? All right, so let's go down here and look at the amortization schedule. But first, let's review the summary. You've got your principal amount borrowed, your regular payment, your interest-only payment. I know, everybody breathe. Let's go over here on the right. You see where you have your annual interest rate of 5%? Well, let's go down here to total interest paid as a percentage of principal. What? 93.25%? I thought it was 5%. Why is it showing that I'm going to pay 93.25%? Go get your mortgage documents, the contract that you signed your life away on, and look and see in the closing costs what your actual principal is. I don't care if it's 2.25% or if it's 7%. Go pull your contract and it will tell you what you are really paying in interest. Okay, 93.25% on this 30 years, right? Yuck. Okay, so we're going to go down here and look. If you see payment number 1 out of your $1,878 payment, $420.55 is going to be applied to that $350,000 that you borrowed. Really? What? So out of my $1,878 payment, I'm going to pay $420.55 towards that huge $350,000 balance? Well, sure. So after your first payment's made, you're now at $349,579.45. Wow, you did it. Congratulations, you're a homeowner. Well, let's keep going. Payment number 2. This is just the 30-year. We're not to the 50-year mortgage yet. The 30-year mortgage, you're going to make payment number 2, $1,878 and some change. And then you're going to have $422.30 of that $1,878 going towards that $350,000 that you borrowed. And that means the interest paid out was $1,456.58. So when you look at that, you think, wow, I'm working many hours in a month to pay $1,878 towards my home. Are you paying it towards your home? Are you? I don't think so. Okay. So we're looking at this amortization schedule for the 30-year mortgage. Again, the actual interest paid is going to be 93.25%. That means that on the $350,000 that they actually borrowed, they're going to be paying $676,396.80. Now, if you're paying $326,000 plus in interest on a $350,000 home, yeah, but that's over 30 years. That's over 30 years. Is it? Do the math. Do the math. Let's go up here and see, or down here and see, after, let's say, I don't know, 5 years, how much interest have you paid? 4 years, because that's the average where people really come in and start refinancing these mortgages. So we're going to 48 months. In the 48th month, you've made an $1,878 payment. That does not include your taxes and insurance. And $511.31 actually went towards that $350,000 balance. So $1,367 went to interest only. How much interest have you paid over the 48 months? $67,891 in interest in 4 years. Only $22,295 actually went towards your home. So out of the $350,000 balance that you started with, in 48 months of payments where you're freaking struggling to make a payment, $327,000, 704. Am I $327,704 is your amount due, the balance that you have to pay after making 48 payments of $1,878. Well, Miss Christy, where did that $67,891 go? Well, it didn't go in your pocket, and it didn't go towards the balance of your home. So something tells me it's went in somebody else's pocket, right? So let's think. Let's think about money like that. What could you do if you had $67,000 over a 4-year period? What would you invest in? You could buy another property and be paying on it for that. Okay, so we're going to go up here. We're going to have the $350,000 mortgage. We're going to have a 5% interest rate. We're leaving everything the same, except we're changing it to 600. Is that right? 600 payments? 12 times, how many years? 50? 600. Okay, so 600 regular payments. We're going to run the amortization schedule now. See what your monthly payment is going to be on a 5%. We didn't change it, right? We didn't change it. Remember, the payment for the 30 year is $1,878.88. How much is the regular payment on 50 years? 50. So if you're 25 when you buy this property, you're going to be how old? How old when you make your last payment if you pay it all off? 75? Okay. So remember, right down here with the 30 year at 5%, we're paying 93.25%. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget, so I don't have to jump back and forth. So 30 years, 5%. 93.256% actual interest. Okay, so here we go. We're getting ready to calculate. I want everybody to hold your breath and do not pass out, please. Do not pass out, because there's a way to fix this, but don't be passing out. Okay, here we go. Calculate. Oh, glory, glory. If we take the 50-year mortgage and we have a 5% interest rate, then we're going to be paying $1,589 per month instead of $1,878. Yay! I would have jumped all over that back in the day to have $300 cash flow, would you? So what did that do to the interest that we'll pay overall? Let's go down here. Over here on the right, 5% interest rate. The total interest paid is 172.484. Holy moly. Somebody, oh my gosh, everybody, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Oh my gosh, but we're still smiling because, well, it cut our payments down $300 a month. That saved us. Thank you for the ones that introduced the 50-year mortgage. Thank you. 172.484% on the same amount at the same interest rate, 5%. So what does that mean your payback will be? Over here on the left, total interest only paid $603,694. That means that for a $350,000 home, you're going to pay the bank $950. Let's just move to California and get us a 1-bedroom in Los Angeles for $1 million. And then let's learn how to use Velocity Banking to pay it off. And we're going to have the same amount that we have paid for a $350,000 home. Is anybody screaming on the inside right now? I mean, why don't I have a scream button? I mean, I do have this. This is the only thing that can help us now. Right? I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's go down here and look to see what these monthly payments are going to do. So payment one, you remember in the 30-year, we were getting $422 applied to our principal. How much are we getting applied to it now with the 50-year mortgage? Woo! Out of $1,589, we're getting $131 applied to that $350,000 amount that we borrowed. $131? I can't hardly breathe. I can't hardly breathe. People are going to do this. They're going to jump into this because they're like, yes, that's going to give us $300 a month in cash flow and we'll be able to eat. They're going to do this. A little bit of education can stop this. Okay, let's go down to that 48 months again. Remember the 48 months we'd paid 60-some thousand in interest and had 22,000, I think, applied to our actual principal balance. Let's go down here at 48 months. Well, in month 48, we're going to have $159 of our $1,589 payment applied. So, we're making a lot of progress over 4 years. Look here, $69,342 has been paid in interest, and I want you to hold your breath and hold on to the desk or your table when you see that you have only applied $6,953 to your actual balance of your $350,000 you originally borrowed. I'm screaming on the inside because do you know how easy it would be to get a line of credit and apply $7,000 to your mortgage on this 50-year? $7,000 onto that mortgage balance would cut out 4 years of payments? Holy moly, does anybody know what I'm saying here? Okay, I don't know if you can see the board good or not, but I am going to run a number here, and I'm going to show you what to do if you get into one of these ridiculous 50-year mortgages. If you're in a 30-year, you know I'm screaming over that anyway. But what does it look like? Because remember, the 30-year mortgage, you had applied 22,000 plus to your balance. 50-year mortgage in that 48 months, you've only applied $6,953. So $7,000. $7,000. What would $7,000 do if you applied it in your first month to this mortgage balance that you owe $350,000? All right, so let's do math. Ooh, I hate math. $350,000 subtract 7,000. That would mean your balance on the mortgage now, after you subtracted that, would be $343,000. Can you all even see this? Did I get off? Oh my gosh, I got off. Let's go over here. After the 7,000, $343,000 would be owed on your balance. And the $7,000 chunk that you did onto the original $350K means that schedule, remember the schedule I was just showing you on my computer? Actually, I guess I better stop sharing so you can see this. Try this again. Now you can see, okay. 7,000 chunk done on 350,000, and we're talking about a 5%, 50-year mortgage. Gosh, can I spell that? Okay. 343,000 would be your balance after applying the 7,000. What'd you do to this schedule from month 1? You went, whee! And all of this has been canceled out because you did one 7,000 chunk. Now you're actually paying payments like you're at month 48. 4 years with one $7,000 chunk. Yeah, but where am I going to get $7,000? I don't have $7,000. Well, if you've been watching the videos and you get a $7,000 line of credit, right? Remember, if you have income of even 5,000, all of that income goes back into this line of credit. And let's say you have, I don't know, the new $300 cash flow that you gained right here. That $300 that you did this 50-year mortgage for. What's that going to look like? All right, I'm going to get a marker that'll work. So your income goes in to the new $7,000 line of credit that you got. And let's say you have that $4,700 in expenses that comes back out because you have to pay your other bills, right? 6,700. Okay. And now we got to add the interest. So let's say this is a high interest line of credit at 12%, not this low interest 5%. No, we wouldn't want that. Let's get a 12% simple interest revolving line of credit, and let's take it off of the high. So 7,000 times 12% divided by 12, $70. So 67.70 at the end of month 1, going into month 2. All right, we're going to go into month 2. So the balance was 67.70. Our income is going to go in again, 5,000. It doesn't matter if you're paid daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Just put the income in when you get it. We're down to 1770 on our balance, and now we're just going to pay our expenses back out, and they're high. So $4,700 in monthly expenses. Okay, now let's add some interest. So we'll take it off of the high balance, which is the 67.70 times 12%. That's 67, let's just say $68 interest. All right, now we're going to fast forward this. We're going to say, how long is it going to take us with a 300 cash flow? How long is it going to take us to pay off the 7,000 that we borrowed, okay, from this line of credit? So we're going to take the income, 5,000. We're going to subtract out the monthly expenses, 4,700. And we're going to take our interest on average out as well. So that means that you have an average cash flow of $265 per month. And then we're going to take 7,000, divide that by 265. That's 26.5 months to pay off 7,000. Now that's if you didn't get a raise, you didn't get another dime, nothing. You just revolved your income in, pulled your expenses out. So 26 and a half months. But Christy, I was paying 48 for the mortgage and getting 7,000 applied to my principal. Remember how much interest? And I'll pull that back up. Do you remember how much interest that you paid in 49 months, 48 months on the 50 year? It was 69,000 plus interest. $69,000 in 48 months. How much are you going to pay by skipping that whole 48 months if you take this $7,000 chunk out of a line of credit? How much interest are you going to pay on this $7,000 that you can easily pay off in 26 and a half months? Well, we're going to take the average again times 26 and a half. So the average meaning 70 divided by 2. Because from the beginning, this is the high interest. You'll never pay this much because you're going to be revolving your income through it. And the low being 0 from where you paid it off. So the average would be $35 times 26 and a half months equals what? $927.50? No. It's just math. You just saved yourself over the next 4 years. The next 4 years, you just saved yourself right at $69,000. Only because you knew how to use the tools at the bank. That's the only difference. This is why people are paying their homes off in 7 years instead of 30. 2 decades of interest is being applied to that mortgage. Are you believing me? Are you listening? Pull up the amortization schedule where you're making your mortgage payments right now and look at it. Look at it. Educate yourself and then learn little tricks of the trade to stop the financial insanity. And you know what? It didn't cost you 1 dime to watch this video. You didn't pay no gurus $12,000. You didn't have to buy their book. You watched a video. You watched a video. $7,000 that you took out of a line of credit, put it onto this $350,000 balance in a 5% 50-year mortgage. You saved over right at $69,000 in 4 years by using the line, because with this line, you only will pay $927.50 for the high. For the high. Now, what about that is a scam? You're scamming yourself because you're sitting over there like that. You're sitting over there blindly making your monthly payments every month. Oh, I'm a good little boy. Oh, I'm a good little girl. Look at me. I'm making payments all the time. Oh, they're going to love me. Yeah, they love you all right. They love you. They love you so much that they're just stealing your money. But you do not have to let this happen. You can start with a small line. This is a small line of credit. And start attacking your debt. It doesn't matter if it's a student loan, a car loan, SBA loan, anything. that's a loan is on this schedule right here. It's on this schedule, and you're making those deathly monthly payments every month, and it's wearing you out. It's stealing your joy. You're having to get the second job, some of you the third job. You're never seeing your kids because we got a guru out there that is telling us to go get second, third jobs, deliver pizzas, do Uber, forget your kids. Go make money because you got to pay off your debt. Well, what if those gurus gave you a strategy? What if they actually gave you a strategy instead of, oh, you're spending too much on eating out. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. I better not catch you in a restaurant unless you work there. I'm sorry, I'm not going to live that way. I don't have to live that way anymore. I've been there, done that. Got all the awards for being poor, for being broke. Yeah, I got all the, you're doing great, Christy. Keep working that overtime. All for what? Watching my kids grow up in front of my face? No, not in front of my face, because I was off on jobs. I don't even remember my youngest one until she was about 4 years old. Why? Because I was working jobs that took me out of town. And guess who her best relationship is with today? One of my older daughters. Because why? Because they had to take care of my young one while I worked. Because I was stuck in this mess. Who is that fair for? Who is that fair? Let me think. It wasn't fair to me because I had mom guilt. I cried when I would go away because I had to leave my kids. I had to leave my home. I worried like none other. What if something happened to them while I was gone? It didn't benefit my kids because my kids didn't have a mom, didn't have a dad either, because he'd passed away. So who benefited here? Who benefited from me killing it out on a 7/12s position? 7/12s for months on end. The mom guilt will kill you. And if you're a mom out there, you know what I'm talking about. And then guess what? Guess what? When they're grown and they leave the house, your crying has just begun. Why? Because you're so sad of all of that time that you lost with your kids because you were working. Or maybe you're in a bad marriage. I had them both. So, you know, your focus is on debt, on the horrendous marital problems you've got, working overtime, trying to make ends meet, and you cannot breathe from the guilt and from being exhausted. If I had any gift that I could give to the American people, not just women, men are out there killing themselves too. Men are out there. I know so many men, and bless you, because you aim to be the provider. Bless you. Never had that. You aim to be the I'm joking. The men was joking me. You literally are out there working all the hours you can get to pay the bills and to keep your wife at home with the children. Kudos. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But you too deserve respect. You too deserve a pat on the back. You too deserve a break. And I hope, I'm talking to the women that are sitting at home, that you have a husband that is out there helping you, that he is being the provider. You get on this. You get on this. You take care of this financial side for him. You make sure that his money's going to work. You make sure that his money's paying off the debt so that he can take a break. We have so many situations out there, single moms, families, just single people, married couples, where you are in a fight for your money because you can't figure out why. Well, I just got paid on Friday and today is Tuesday. Why do I feel like it just slipped through my fingers? Where did it go? Where did it go? La. I'm sorry that I'm so compassionate or passionate about what's happening in the American family right now and with the American finances, but people are in trouble. People, this isn't a joke. This is like having a noose around your neck and you can't breathe. You can't breathe when you look at a mountain of debt and you look at the money that's coming in and the money that's going out. And if you're like me, you've cried yourself to sleep because it's a painful ride and it's a roller coaster ride. Because guess what? Those life events are going to pop up. And how many times did it happen that I thought, well, I'm going to take my girls for an overnight stay in Gatlinburg and we're going to have a good night. And then something come up that you had to pay that you weren't expecting. And you had to tell those kids, I'm so sorry. Mom just don't have the money. Or how about you're like I was and you have a big Disney vacation planned for your precious little girls and they're so excited. And then dad decides, I don't want to work anymore. I think I'm just going to quit. I think I'm just going to quit. And you're like, what kind of hell am I living in? You can't just decide you're going to not work anymore. Can you? Because if you can, I wasn't aware of it because I've worked since I got out of high school anyway, full time. So when your husband tells you, oh, guess what? I've decided to quit my job. Yeah, I'm not going to work anymore. And you're standing there in hell because you're like, okay, we have all these bills. Well, figure it out. Yeah, I was told that. Figure it out because I'm not working anymore. And guess what? He didn't work one day for 4 years until I finally said, I'm done. If I can pull the load as a married woman, I can pull a load as a single woman. How did I get off on that? I'm just saying it doesn't matter what struggle you're in. If you learn how to use your money and the tools to use at the bank, you are going to be amazed at how you can pull that load. You're going to be amazed. I was. If I can do it, you can. I'm literally in the one of the poorest states in the United States and in the poorest county of that state. So if I can, you can. I just want to encourage you all because I know life is tough. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the uglier. And I know that it hurts out there. We get smacked in the face. Wow, life can smack you in the face. And it doesn't just have to be, some kind of bad relationship either. Although that tends to be a real problem. So I am just so happy that we have over 415,000 subscribers today. And that tells me that 415,000 of you are pulling it together, or at least you're getting educated. Now, according to the analytics, I only have about 30% of people watching that are subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel or on the TikTok, then do that, and let's push this information out to people, because it's free videos with lots and lots and lots of information. And it is only fair that you share Velocity Banking with people. That's only fair. Because we need to spread the joy. We've got Christmas coming. We have Christmas coming, and it's going to be such a tough time for people this year. It's a tough time for people every year. But it's a tough time out there. And if we can let them, figure out their finances a little bit, at least maybe they won't have to get that check in the mail loan so that they can buy Christmas for their kids. Not fair. Okay? It's not fair. Okay. I am done ranting and raving. I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you what is actually going on here. You're going to be so happy when you figure out your finances. You're going to be so happy to know that it wasn't your fault the whole time. It's not your fault. It's not. I know we got people out there saying, you're an idiot. You're a spender. If you would just work 2 and 3 jobs and stop eating out, and for goodness sake, never go on vacation. We wouldn't want you to enjoy your family. We wouldn't want you to enjoy the only life that you've been given on this earth. We wouldn't want that. No. You need to go to work. You need to go to work, and then you need to get you another minimum wage job, and you need to go there after you get off with the 8 hours. What? What kind of la land do people live in? I'm just telling you. Velocity Banking can change your life. Now, if you have low credit scores and you're thinking, well, I can't get a line of credit, not even 7,000. Then let MoneyMax see if they can help you. There's a webinar tonight for MoneyMax. Okay? So if you come to the webinar, it's free information, just like this video is free. Look at it, then they'll do a free analysis of your personal numbers. A free analysis. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So if you're on the YouTube channel, in the chat, I'm going to have the MoneyMax link. I have to pull it up first. But I'll have the MoneyMax link. You all join there tonight and get you some information, get you something to build on. And wow, if you are a real estate investor, the best way for you to do your finances is through MoneyMax. Why? Why is that your best way to do finances as an investor? Because it's eliminating the interest down to maybe 3% of all of those mortgages at one time, saving you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in interest every month. It's a guaranteed product. It can show you what it can do for your finances. So I'm going to be over there. I'm getting ready to go join them, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to put that link in here in the YouTube channel. I'll have it under the description in the YouTube. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll put that link in the chat And then I'll put the other link for next Tuesday night if anybody misses it. But you can come over to Money Max at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 7 p.m. Central. And you are welcome to join me there. Let me put Money Max so you all know what in the world I'm putting in here. Okay. All right, guys, you all have been patient with me. Let's see what some of the YouTube comments are here. Let's see. Preach it, girl. I'm going to get a line of credit tomorrow and pay off my house in no time. You do it, X-Cap. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Who in the world's trying to sell us something on here? What's going on? I went and bought 4-wheelers with part of my line of credit. Hey, Jared, if you can afford to do that, wear it out. I do crazy stuff with my line of credit now. Yeah. You miss your sons growing up too. See, that is not fair. No toys until the debts are paid. You have been watching some guru I've heard about. Let's see. I worked 60 hours plus a week for over 4 years. I missed my daughter from 6 to 10 because she was at school. I worked a 12-hour night shift. Oh my gosh, night shift. It was not worth it. No, it's not. No, it's not. I do have several mortgage videos on the YouTube channel. You're going to find something close to the 398,000 that you're looking at. I have got to go to a meeting here with Money Max. The webinar starts in about 30 minutes, so I got to jump off here in a minute and go join them and see how much fun they're having over there. Oh my gosh, I'm not even answering that one because if you're watching videos, you wouldn't have that question. $30,000 balance due on a line of credit and a mortgage. How can I use this method to pay off both? What I have to borrow? You just start with your line of credit. Just start revolving your line of credit. Income in, expenses out. Any cash flow that you have is going to go in there and wipe that out. Real man does not take break. Woohoo! We do not take a break. Well, I want you to take a break. My whole life is a break. Well, good for you. We were built to be the provider all the time. I agree that is, I just never experienced it. But hey, if you're one of those, then I commend you because I never had one that felt that way. Oh, thank you, X. I appreciate that. I just feel like that the Lord gave me access to wisdom that everybody on this earth, especially here in the U.S., can use and enjoy. And I'm aimed and determined to get that word out there. Because everybody deserves to get out of debt. If you want to work yourself to death because you want toys, you want the 4-wheelers, you want the high dollar cars or whatever. If you want to do that, then I am not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, but don't work yourself to debt because you're trying to make monthly payments. And if you miss a day, you're going to be in trouble. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Okay, so what's your recommendation for a chunk payment as a percentage of your available credit? I never do over 50%. I do hear some gurus saying that, 70%. I just like to keep things under control. And if I'm going to get it under control within, 5 or 6 months, then I'll go ahead and do a larger percentage. But I really like to make sure that I'm in control of my money and control of my line of credit. So, some of you guys, if you're brand new to this, start out small. You don't have to take on a huge, large debt. You don't have to. Oh, bless your heart. I'm sorry. You lost your husband. I'm so sorry about that. I can't share the link on there, Jay. I don't know how to do that because I am not technically inclined to understand iPhones or computers. So, I don't know how to get that link to you. It is on the YouTube channel. If you can jump over there on VANNtastic, it's in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not good with this stuff. Let's see here. Hello, Barbara. Hello, hello. Awesome King. Should you use 30% or more? That depends on your cash flow. Yes, my daughter lives in Miami, Florida, and their rent is insane too, Alberto. Yeah, some of you guys, whew. Yeah, some of you guys are in very, very expensive places. People are horrible drivers there too. I will agree, they are. Miami is a crazy place to drive. Uh, May the Lord bless you for sowing so liberally into our lives. Thank you so much for that, Kingdom. I think Kingdom Inertia. I appreciate you. And you know what? I just pray that the Lord blesses you all. Whoever watches this video, whether now or, 5 years from now, if the banks leave it up. I just hope that, you guys are blessed in every way. And I think once you get your money in order, you're going to see that you're very blessed. The idea for me is the more I make, the more I give. If I'm not having to, throw it out to a bank somewhere, guess what? If I find somebody in need, tithing to the church, whatever, uh, anytime you give into the kingdom or you give to help a person, you're giving to God, and He's promised to take care of you. So always keep in mind that your giving is so important. So get out of the debt so you're able to give more. You're able to live more. Jesus said Jesus said that, well, it's more blessed to give than to receive, but He came to give us life and life more abundantly. Oh, I wish I had my Bible there. I'm ready to preach because I've been reading and reading the scripture that talks about, being blessed, by giving. 2 Corinthians 9. If you don't believe me, go pull that up and read that. Read that. It's a short chapter, and oh my gosh, it tells you what He's going to do for you when you're out sowing, doing good. That you can have enough for every good act that you want to do because it glorifies God to do that. So definitely look at your giving as well. Oh my goodness, I love it. Yes, Massachusetts is insane. Very high. Oh, I got a prosperity gospel for everybody because it's the Bible. It's not a prosperity gospel. If people just read their Bible, they would know what it says about your money. Jesus talked more about money than He did love. We just don't focus on the things. If we would just take the Bible and focus on the things that apply to us today and apply that to our lives, all of this silly bickering that goes on back and forth would end because He tells us everything that we need to do that pertains to godliness and to life. It doesn't get any better than that. It's a literal code book. Tells you how to live your life and beautifully and how you'll be blessed by doing it. Let's see here. I'm going to look at a couple more. I've got to go to the meeting. Yes, he is a consuming fire. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I don't have any other questions. I thought I would look through there right quick. Oh my gosh, yes. If you have 2 mortgages at 7% and whatever the other one was, absolutely. Oh my goodness, absolutely Money Max can help. Remember, that 7% is not 7%. That 7% is like 140%. 140%, and you think Money Max bringing it down to, 3 to 5% max, and that's simple interest, that's not going to make a difference for you? Absolutely. Absolutely, it'll make a difference. So join us at the Money Max webinar right now. Like I said, it starts here in about 15 minutes. I'll put that link in here one more time if you want to jump over and join me for that. The link is in the chat. I will put a link in the description in case somebody sees this too late and they're wanting to join maybe next Tuesday night. But I want to get everybody educated on the Money Max and what it can do for you and how it helps, so that once you see it, once you have your numbers run, if you don't like it, it doesn't make sense to you, then walk away. Walk away. Nobody's trying to steal anything from you. I'm trying to help you get educated. But for goodness sake, get the education. Yes, they do. Some people wear their poverty as a badge of honor. Yes, they do. Yes, we are not meant to live a struggling, financially poor people. We're not. The Lord has enough on this earth for all of us to have a beautiful share. And I think you need to get excited about your life, about your finances. And no, not even this time next year. Probably by May or June. Maybe by next month. Maybe by Christmas. You're going to feel freer than you ever did before. Okay? All right, I'm going to jump over here and get ready for that Money Max webinar. I hope you guys can join us. The link is in the chat on YouTube. If you missed some of this video, you can go back and rewatch it when it posts up on YouTube. Won't be too long. But yes, I pray that you may prosper and be in good health. Yes, nothing wrong with that. Okay. Guys, you all have a fun rest of your night. I am going to jump off of here. I just am so excited that you joined me. I'm so excited that you're getting your finances together. And like I said, we need to get excited about life because this is the one we have to live. So let's make it the best. Okay?